Yes, this is an Aries Ascendant chart, and the podcast is about the Rahu Ketu Disastrous Transit 2025. It is going to commence from 25th July 2025, and already the influence of Rahu Ketu axis have been faced and have been felt by most of the natives. So let me begin. It is an Aries Ascendant chart, and Rahu in this Lagna, it gives barbarous results always. The natives who are in the Rahu Mahadasha are disturbed completely. Their life areas, they have no interest in life. The Aries Ascendant natives who are going through the Mahadasha of Rahu, it can be it can be rectified completely. I have already rectified Rahu Mahadasha completely, destroyed Rahu Mahadasha influence in case of Aries Ascendant natives. If you are interested, you can resort to my website in the description. Anyways, the transit that is going to be started, that has already started. Now it's 25 degrees Rahu Ketu axis in the transit. If the midpoint of your horoscope is from 19 to 24 degrees, and especially if it is 24 degrees, and you are going to face multiple challenges in your life from 2020 25th July for a few months, and it will be a disastrous transit. Trust me, you will face it, and you have already started facing the complications out of this transit. If any planet of 24 degrees, from 19 to 24 degrees, especially 24 degrees, is placed in the Gemini, in the Sagittarius or Aries or Libra, and especially in the Leo and Rahu, in the Leo and Aquarius signs. If any planet in the birth chart is placed having 24 degrees longitude and it's placed in any of these houses, you are going to face issues out of it. Now you will be safeguarded from the Rahu Ketu influence if you follow the remedies. Simple remedy. What remedy? Gem therapy, for example. What remedy? Dan. But majorly gem therapy. So it needs to be followed properly in order to, if you don't follow, and if the planets placed or weak either in the horoscope, and the transit will affect you. Most of the natives, they will face ICU admission. They will see that the disastrous and the undiagnosed disease like CA and other diseases will start developing in their body, and they will not be able to control it. And the life areas of the native, like personality of the native, that will be disturbed. Marital life of the native will be disturbed, and there will be issues with childbirth. There will be issues with the investments, with the love affairs. Rather, there will be issues with respect to gains, with respect to income, with respect to friend circle, with respect to elder siblings, with respect to your initiatives, with respect to your entrepreneur skills, with respect to your efforts. Your efforts won't be realized, especially if your horoscope is having a midpoint ranging from 19 to 24 degrees, especially if it is 24 degrees, and there will be multiple issues with you, which I have given the other things which I can't say because the birth chart is not, your birth chart is not before me. I am presenting this podcast in general. So what needs to be done is follow astro remedies. The astro remedies need to be followed. The link is in the description of the website. You can connect to me to get the astro remedies from me. And if those natives, especially who are going either through the Rahu Mahadasha or Ketu Mahadasha, they are going to face worst out of this transit, because the influence will be twice, thrice, and I think 4x in case of this transit, especially if the midpoint of the horoscope is 24 degrees, and if any planet in these houses having 24 degrees longitude is placed in these houses. So you need to follow the remedy, otherwise you will be disturbed and you will not get peace from anywhere. So this is all about the Aries Ascendant so far as the Rahu Ketu axis transit is considered. Now let us move to the Taurus ascendant chart. Taurus ascendant chart, Taurians, they have been facing multiple disturbance already, and this transit will make them feel again deprived of many things in life. If the horoscope midpoint is from 19, 20, 24 degrees, and if any planet is placed in these houses which I have indicated from 19 to 24 degrees, especially 24 degrees, then they are going to face the worst out of this transit. The impact houses will be the second house. You'll face issues with the family in case the midpoint of the horoscope is 19 to 24 degrees. There will be issues with your families, your wealth, your status in life. There will be issues with your parents, especially if if any planet is 24 degrees is placed in the Leo or Aquarius, and you will face definitely issues with your parents, with your mental peace, and with your mother. And there will be multiple issues in the career life as well, your status as well, and your father as well. So there will be multiple issues out of this, and there will be losses, expenses, and miseries also, and you will face obstructions in your life also, and disputes, litigations, debts, and allied things, connected things will be there. And so far as medical issues are concerned, most of the natives will face ICUs, the development of disease like CA and other critical diseases, they will start developing in the body. And the transit will intensify from 25th July, with the condition that if any of the natal planet is placed with 24 degrees longitude in these houses, or the midpoint of the horoscope is 24 degrees. So you will get, now what to do, you will get safeguard from this transit if you follow the Astra remedies, which you can avail from connecting with me from the website given in the description. So this is all about the Taurus ascendant chart. Now Gemini ascendant chart, if you are this is a Gemini ascendant chart, in this Lagna, Ketu creates the deadly problems rather than the Rahu. Rahu also creates trouble to this native, but so far as Ketu is concerned, it gives the worse results, and it's a ridiculous planet for the Gemini ascendant chart. Now if the birth if the midpoint of your horoscope is 19 to 24 degrees, you are going to face multiple challenges out of this Rahu Ketu transit. And especially if you are any planet from 19 to 24 degrees, especially with 24 degrees is placed in the indicated houses as visible in the chart, in Leo, in Aquarius, in Libra, in Aries, in Gemini, or Sagittarius, then you are going to face critical issues if your planet is of 24 degrees in the birth chart, any planet. Already you have started facing multiple issues in your life areas, in your medical issues also. So in order to get safeguard from the transit, you need to follow the specific Astra remedies. Within 1 or 2 days you will be stable with the remedies like gem therapy, nothing else. But how and what to do, what not to do, that's most important. So you will face disastrous issues if the Astra remedy is not, and the impact will be pronounced from 25th July 2025. So be alert and be cautious, and if it is so, then influence has already started taking place and you are taking antibiotics, there is allergy, there is something which is disturbed mindset to such an extent that you are fed up with the day-to-day life. So if you want to connect, there is a website in the description which is mine, given in the description. You can connect to me in order to get the remedies for the Rahu Ketu axis transit 2025. So this is all about Gemini ascendant chart. This is a Cancer ascendant chart, and in this case Rahu will give barbarous results. Also Ketu gives good results in the chart. Rahu gives more so far as Cancer ascendant chart is concerned, Rahu gives good results with the conditions. So far as Cancer ascendant chart is concerned, the basic logic is that Cancer is a cool Lagna, because the Lagna lord, that's moon, it's a watery planet having a cooling effect and soothing effect. So most of the Cancer ascendant natives, they get disturbed they don't get desirous feeling after using ruby, for example. It's a fact, because it's not a bearable thing for the Cancer ascendant natives. Anyhow, it can't be generalized, but it depends on the setup of the chart, because it's a big spectrum when we consider any chart in general. So it depends on the different permutations and combinations with which the chart is formed during the time of birth. Anyways, if the midpoint of your horoscope is from 19 to 24 degrees, and if any planet is placed from 19 to 24 degrees in the indicated houses, then you are going to face multiple issues out of this transit, especially if your midpoint is 24 degrees, or if any planet is placed with 24 degree longitude in these houses as indicated in the chart. You are going to face multiple issues of the transit. These influences will be disastrous. Now Rahu will be barbarous in this transit. In case Rahu is placed in 8th house in your birth chart, and in the transit today it's also placed in the 8th house, so it has transit in its own house, which was its birth house. So it will create disastrous results here, especially if any of your planet is 24 degrees and it's placed in the indicated houses, and Rahu is giving afflictions from the 12th house. It will be barbarous. It will create obstructions, it will create accidents, it will create death-like situation. It will create obstructions in your life. There will be no growth with respect to, if you are in the Ketu or Rahu Mahadasha and you are meeting out these conditions, then it is going to be a barbarous transit for you. Now what is the remedy? Remedy is to follow the astro remedy, simple astro remedy, that's gem therapy. So you can connect to me with the through the website which is in the description to receive the remedies for the transit, and it will intensify. You have already started feeling facing issues out of this transit, if these conditions are there. So in order to get remedies, you can connect to me through the website given in the description. This is all about Cancer ascendant chart. Now this is Leo ascendant chart. If Leo is Leo ascendant natives, you are going to face multiple issues because Ketu is in the Leo sign. It's not a good sign for, it's not a good placement for Ketu, so from my personal experience and practical is concerned. Anyhow, if your horoscope is from 19 to 24 degrees, and if any planet is placed in the indicated houses with from 19 to 24 degrees longitude in this range, then you are going to face issues out of this transit. If you are going through Ketu or Rahu Mahadasha and these conditions are meeting out, then it will be a barbarous transit for you, especially if the midpoint of your horoscope or if any planet with 24 degrees is placed in the indicated houses, then you are going to face disastrous results, and the results will be more barbarous if you are going through Ketu or Rahu Mahadasha or Antardasha. So in such a period you will be just like admitted to ICU. Your life areas as indicated by the chart will be disturbed, isn't it? Your marital life will be disturbed, your personality will be disturbed, mental peace will be disturbed, your gains will get affected, your income will get affected, your speculation, your investments, your childbirth, your love marriage. There are multiple life areas that will get disturbed if these conditions are going to meet. So what to do? No, you can connect to me to receive the extra remedies. If these are the conditions, you have already started facing and feeling the issues out of the Rahu Ketu transit that is going on. So it can be controlled easily. There is no, but the astro remedies need to be followed like gem therapy, and it needs to be followed in a appropriate way. Otherwise the issues will go out of control and you won't be able to handle itself. If these conditions are not there in your chart, this transit will have no effect on you. And regarding on the positive aspects of the transit, this is not the podcast about this is only the podcast about Disastrous Rahu Ketu transit 2025. And from 25th July 2025 you are going to face the worst, and it will persist for some months, and it will be a disastrous time period throughout your lifetime, especially irrespective of your Rahu Ketu Mahadasha. And if there is Rahu Ketu Mahadasha, it will be fatal. isn't it? So this is all about Leo ascendant chart. Let me move to the Virgo. Now this is Virgo ascendant chart, and indicate houses are there. If any planets, if the midpoint of your house goes from 19 to 24 degrees, and any planet from 19 to 24 degrees range is placed in the indicated houses, then you are going to face multiple issues of this transit. If it's not so, then it's a blessing for you. Now if you are going through Rahu or Ketu Mahadasha, then the issues will be more disastrous for you. And so far as Rahu is concerned, it gives good results in this case, but with the conditions. And Ketu gives barbarous and disastrous results in general in case of Virgo ascendant chart, especially if the midpoint of your horoscope or if any planet with 24 degrees is placed in the indicated houses, then you are going to face disastrous results irrespective of Ketu and Rahu Mahadasha. And now if Rahu and Ketu Mahadasha is going on and planet with 24 degrees is placed in these houses, isn't any planet in the birth chart in the indicated houses, then you are going to face disastrous results, or you can't expect any blessing out of it, isn't it? So the results will get intensified from 25th July 2025, and it will continue for some months, and this will be a fatal time for you. Now if you are if you are willing, if you wish to get out of this influence and to safeguard yourself from the influence of Rahu Ketu axis, you can contact me with me through the website given in the description. I can give you simple remedy like gem therapy, how to safeguard yourself from the Rahu Ketu transit 2025 going to set in from 25th July of this month. You have already started feeling the issues of this transit. Rahu Ketu is 25 degrees just now, so issues have set in for most of the natives. So this is all about the Virgo ascendant native. And one of the most important thing is that the placement of Rahu and Ketu is in the malefic houses. Then this I want to add up, that Rahu is in the 6th house and Ketu is in the 12th house. So Rahu is giving affliction from the house of diseases, from the house of litigations, from the house of debts, from the house of crimes. So it will give disease, it will give litigation with respect to the planets being afflicted, isn't it? Similarly, Ketu will give losses, expenses, it will give distress, it will give barbarous results in this transit. So there is no expectation that you will get any fruitful results of the transit, because the placement of Rahu Ketu in the transit is in the malefic houses, so they become double malefic functionally, isn't it? So this is barbarous results for barbarous transit for Virgo ascendant native, so far as the placement of Rahu and Ketu are concerned. You can connect with me through my website given in the description in order to safeguard yourself from the transit. This is all about Virgo ascendant chart. This is a Libra ascendant chart, and Rahu is in the 5th house and Ketu is in the 11th house. And in general, Ketu gives more barbarous results than Rahu in case of Libra ascendant chart. And if your ascendant is having midpoint from 19 to 24 degrees, and if any planet from 19 to 24 degrees range is placed in any of the indicated houses, then you are going to face issues out of it, especially if your midpoint is 24 degrees and any planet is placed in the indicated houses with 24 degree longitude, then it will be a disastrous transit for you. You have already started feeling issues out of the transit if these conditions are there in your chart. And moreover, if you are in the Rahu or Ketu Mahadasha and 24 degrees Ketu and 24 degrees any planet is placed in your birth chart in the indicated houses, and you are going to Rahu Ketu Mahadasha, it will be a fatal transit for you. You have already started facing issues out of this transit in the recent weeks, last weeks. So if you want to get out of this and get rid of this transit, which have turned your life into hell like situation, you can connect with me through my website given in the description to receive the remedies like gem therapy, which will make you defeat the influence within 1 or 2 days, isn't it? So accordingly you can safeguard yourself from the transit influence. This is a Scorpio ascendant chart, and if your horoscope is rising from 19 to 24 degrees, and if any planet from 1924 degrees is placed in the indicated houses, then you are going to face multiple issues out of this transit, and your career life will be disturbed by Ketu, and your mental peace, your happiness, your bond with the parents, that will get affected with Rahu and Ketu transit 2025. And the results will intensify from 25th July of this month, from 25th July 2025, and especially if your midpoint is 24 degrees, and if your birth planet is placed in the indicated houses with 24 degrees longitude, then you are going to face disastrous issues out of this transit. Rahu gives disastrous results in general in case of this Lagna, which is Scorpio ascendant chart. And if you are going through Rahu Mahadasha, this will be a disastrous transit for you. If you are going through Ketu Mahadasha, again this is going to influence you in a bad way. So in order to get out of this transit, and in order to get safeguard from this transit, you can connect with me through the website given in the description. This is all about Scorpio ascendant chart. This is a Sagittarius ascendant chart, and Ketu gives barbarous results, and Rahu also gives barbarous results in this chart. And more in general, Ketu gives disastrous results in this. Rahu gives disastrous results in this chart. Now, if your horoscope is having midpoint from 19 to 24 degrees, and any planet is placed in the indicated houses with a longitude range from 19 to 24 degrees, then you are going to face multiple challenges in your life areas and in your medical life. Sorry. Especially if the midpoint of your horoscope is 24 degrees, and if any planet in the birth chart is placed in the indicated houses with 24 degree longitude, then the results will be barbarous, and you will face disaster in the life areas indicated in the chart. And if you are going through Rahu or Ketu Mahadasha, it will add fuel to the fire of the disastrous transit 2025, and the results will get the situation will get worse from 25th July 2025, and it will continue for some time, for more time, isn't it, from some months. And during that time you will not be able to control this influence. You will go here and there. The issues, medical issues, will be quite severe, like ICU admission, like development of CA in the body, like other things. So this is all about this transit. What you need to do is you need to connect with me to receive the astro remedies, which will completely within a few days control the influence of Rahu Ketu in your chart, so as to safeguard yourself from the Rahu Ketu axis influence 2025. This is a Capricorn ascendant chart, and if your chart is rising from 1924 degrees, and if any planet from 1924 degrees is placed in any of the indicated houses, you are going to face problems, and you have already started facing feeling problems out of the transit. Especially if your midpoint is 24 degrees, and if any planet with 24 degree longitude is placed in the indicated houses, then you are going to face fatal and disastrous repercussions and consequences out of this transit. Moreover, if you are going through Rahu or Ketu Mahadasha, and these conditions are met, and Rahu or Ketu Mahadasha is going on the one hand, and your midpoint is 24 degrees, or any planet placed in the indicated houses is having 24 degree longitude, you are going to face fatal issues out of this transit. Now, what to do? You can connect with me to receive astro remedy, which will control the influence Rahu Ketu within 1 or 2 days. And you can connect with me with the through the website given in the description. You have already started feeling the effects in your life areas and in your health if you are having these conditions in your chart. Now, this is an Aquarius ascendant chart, and Rahu is placed in the Lagna and Ketu is placed in the 7th house. For Aquarians, this transit is going to be a beautiful transit and one of the most productive transit, because the placement of Rahu in the Aquarius is one of the best placements. So it is in the Lagna. If your birth Rahu is placed in the 11th house, and or if your birth planet is placed in the 2nd house, for example, in the birth Rahu is placed in the 2nd house or in the 11th house, you are going to enjoy this Rahu transit, and it is with the conditions, not without conditions. Anyhow, if the midpoint of your horoscope is from 19 to 24 degrees, and if any planet is placed in the indicated houses ranging from 19 to 24 degrees, you are going to face problems out of it, especially if your midpoint is 24, if the midpoint of your horoscope is 24 degrees, and if any planet is 24 degree longitude is placed in the indicated houses as visible in the chart, you are going to face disastrous issues out of this transit. And most importantly, if if you are going through Rahu or Ketu Mahadasha, then you are going to face multiple issues in your life. It will be a fatal transit, and the results will get intensified from 25th July 2025, which is coming. And if these conditions are there, then you have already started feeling the results of this transit. And in case Rahu or Ketu are placed in the malefic houses in your birth chart, it will not be a good transit for you at all, because they will give results according to the placement of their according to the birth chart placements, and in the transit they will also give such benefits. So this transit is also good for Aquarians, and it's also a bad transit depending on the conditions. I can't generalize it like that. So what you need to do, you need to connect with me in order to get safeguard from the transit within 1 or 2 days. You can connect with me through the website given in the description. So accordingly you will be bestowed with the remedies in the best possible way. Now this is the Pisces ascendant chart, the last chart of the Vedic series. Now in your case, Rahu gives barbarous results, Ketu also gives, but comparatively Rahu gives disastrous results in the case of this chart in general. So if your horoscope is having midpoint ranging from 19 to 24 degrees, and if any planet from 19 to 24 degree longitude is placed in the indicated houses, then you are going to face problems of the Rahu Ketu transit 2025. And especially if any planet, or if your midpoint is 24 degrees, or any planet is 24 degrees placed in the indicated houses, then you are going to face fatal and disastrous results out of this Rahu Ketu transit. Especially it will intensify from 25th July 2025, and it will continue and persist for some months, and the issues will be fatal, especially if you are going to Rahu or Ketu Mahadasha. And irrespective of that, it will be a disastrous transit. It's not important to have Rahu or Ketu Mahadasha, because transit is something which supersedes Dasha, isn't it? So this is going to be a barbarous transit. If you are having these conditions which I have mentioned, you have already started facing issues in your life area, and it will intensify from 25th July 2025. In case you are to safeguard yourself from this transit, you are to win this transit, you are to safeguard yourself against this transit, you can connect with me through the website given in the description. Accordingly you can have the remedies at your disposal so as to safeguard yourself from the transit. This is all about the Rahu Ketu disastrous transit. This is the last lagna, and I have not mentioned any positive impact because this is the podcast exclusively based on the Rahu Ketu disastrous transit. So this is all about Rahu Ketu disastrous transit. Hope that you liked the podcast, and I tried my best to explain the Rahu Ketu axis influence in general for all ascendants ranging from Aries ascendant to the Pisces ascendant. Thank you. Have a nice day.